Yeah, I think New York too plays a huge part in terms of what I do. So moving here, I think over the past 13 years, I actually learned from a lot of people. Just even on the train, you easily inspired by the city itself, the lights, and even people, different culture, and all that. So it's a beautiful city when it comes down to being an artist. Yeah, my name is Steven Onaja. I am a writer and a content creator. I'm Nigerian, born and raised. It's a beautiful experience growing up in Nigeria, to even say the least. You know, I think most of everything when it comes to the knowledge I had is like growing up back there. So it's a very great experience having that whole cultural background to be from. So. Fashion in Nigeria, I think the both comes hand in hand for sure because growing up in Nigeria, I think my family are all arts related basically. My mom was a painter and my uncles are all actors back in Nigeria. So it's more the surrounding I grew up, and for me being an artist too as well, I think I learned everything from my mom prior to me moving here. It was that experience from art itself, transitioning that into fashion. So it's like a similar playing ground for me when it comes down to fashion. So it was pretty much easy for me. I don't even want to call myself to be stylish. I'm not. But I think I see things from an art standpoint. So it's just more that expression for me. So I see myself just like a canvas. I think when it comes to a fashion icon, I would throw everything back home. I think for me, I was heavily inspired by my mom. The whole dashiki when it comes down to the prints, going to church on a Sunday. I think you see that beauty in terms of like how we dress and the colors, the textures and all that. I think that's where I'm inspired from. So that's a huge foundation for me when it comes to the artistry and stuff, just to be able to dress up. And also, I'll mention the likes of Fela. It's music, but I think I could see that in an art form. So it's like me trying to change music into clothes. So that's just the way it is for me. So I listen to a song and I get inspired in terms of transforming that into like style for me. I think hats over happened the past few years. I think me trying to evolve and then be creative with that. So I think hats plays a huge role when it comes to my style, but I think I actually learned that prior to me evolving when it comes to style, from the baseball caps to the fedora, all that kind of stuff. So it's just more the transition in terms of developing the style and then throwing different stuff that makes sense, that works for me, for my personality and understanding who I am. So I just try to see what suits me as a person. I think the book, initially, I just wanted to celebrate motherhood as a whole in terms of the role they played in our lives, for sure. So while writing, I begin to actually investigate further in terms of the passing of my mom, to actually see what led to her death. So mostly the book is more from an investigation standpoint, to investigate what happened to her prior to her passing, because the death was just out of nowhere. It was just something out of extraordinary when I hear the details from eyewitnesses that were there. And every single day I hear different stories. And what I heard in terms of that actually played a huge factor to actually go ahead and keep digging deep to find what the truth is. She's a sweet, she's sweet. I think me talking about my mom, I think everybody should be able to relate that to their mom, because I think our parents have actually sacrificed a lot just for us prior to when we were a kid and getting to where we are, like regardless of what your upbringing is, your background, they just a bunch of sacrifice which they actually did for us. So for me, she's very, very caring. I think she cares least about herself, more for people, you know. So prior to growing up in Nigeria, she took care of a lot of people. If I have anything to say right now, it's just being yourself. I think me writing, I never thought I was gonna write. It wasn't something I ever thought about. And sometimes like opportunity plays itself in front of you and then you just have to take it. For me now, what's next? I think I might continue in the aspect of writing, because I think that's the true form of being creative. And photography, I've done photography for the past like 11 years. And sometimes it's the time for me to change, to evolve into something else. And that's where I actually channel myself into taking that time out to write. And I think for the next few months to a year, I'm just gonna keep writing. The first one is currently out, so it was out in June. So it's currently on my website, stevenonaja.shop. So you could go there and then pre-order yours, and hopefully within the next few weeks, you get yours, and then we're going to be setting up like a book signing, and then the release party of the book.